Hello everyone, I'm Yograni, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science, Chennai. Today, the video is about Mary Wollstonecraft's A Vindication of the Rights of Women. We will concentrate only on the concluding chapter 13. The complete title of the book is A Vindication of the Rights of Women with strictures on political and moral subjects. Strictures means restriction on a person. Here, it is particularly on women. About the author, Mary Wollstonecraft is an English writer and philosopher who advocated for the rights of women. She wrote novels, treatises, travel narrative, history of the French Revolution, a contact book, and a children's book. Her works are important influences for many feminist writers. She is best known for her works A Vindication of the Rights of Women and Vindication of the Rights of Men, which was written in 1790. She died at the age of 38 in 1797. A brief introduction to the work A Vindication of the Rights of Women. It is one of the earliest works in feminist philosophy. Mary Wollstonecraft argues that women are not inferior to men but appear to be so because they lack education. She stresses that women should be educated to eradicate their ignorance. She suggests that both men and women should be treated equally. A Vindication of the Rights of Women is written in the year 1792. About the title. In the title, vindication is to prove that something is right. Mary Wollstonecraft argues that her work is to stress that women should have the right to education. The reason Wollstonecraft wrote the work A Vindication of the Rights of Women is in response to Charles Maurice de Talleyrand-Périgord's 1791 report to the French National Assembly, which stated that women should receive only domestic education. There are 13 chapters in this work. The final chapter is named Some Instances of the Folly which the Ignorance of Women Generates, with concluding reflections on the moral improvement that a revolution in female manners might naturally be expected to produce. About chapter 13, Mary Wollstonecraft tells about some of the faults that are most common to women. She points out the follies that are harmful to women's moral character. The ignorance or prejudice of the women affects their moral character. The weakness of the mind and body does not let them to discharge their duties properly. She attributes most of these faults to lack of education. She has divided this chapter into 6 sections. In section 1, Mary Wollstonecraft criticizes women who believe in horoscope to predict the future using astrology. She also attacks those who believe in magnetizers and the practice of mesmerism or hypnotism. Magnetizers are doctors who use magnet to cure diseases. Their prime motive is to extract money. She scolds the women who visit them as their treatment is not proved by science. She defends Christianity and the traditional religious beliefs of her own era by saying that a God-fearing woman will not believe that God allows to know future by charging money. In section 2, Wollstonecraft finds fault with the women who read silly novels that make them sentimental. She believes that women should not be influenced by the romance novels that they read. It is better not to read such novels as it has unrealistic events. She insists that women should read something superior. She is keen to mold women as better citizens. In section 3, Wollstonecraft dislikes women who are judgmental towards other women, especially when they criticize a person's appearance. It is a woman's ignorance that leads her to over-fondness of dress. Importance to one's outward appearance is given when a mind is not open to reflection or rumination. Women obsess about clothes because society hasn't taught them to use their mind to think of anything else. She considers the obsession with image and fashion as a fault in women. Mary Wollstonecraft in section 3 says, "The art of pleasing consists in ornaments, and for that very reason I should guard girls against the contagious fondness for dress so common to weak women." Section 4, Mary Wollstonecraft says that women are supposed to possess more humanity and sensibility, but their affection is selfish as a result of their confined status and views. They are generous only to their own loved ones. They have little appreciation for others because of their restricted scope of experience. Their compassion is only because of their ignorance. They pity the murderers as they are poorly educated. She thus says that there is nothing noble about ignorance. Women can get rid of this ignorance only through proper education. In section 5, Mary Wollstonecraft says about parenting. Taking care of children is considered as women's duty. Children consider their mother as a role model and are affected by their mother's ignorance. Women are at times too harsh with their servants, especially in front of their own children, which is a major fault. It teaches the children to demand assistance rather than to do things for themselves. The author criticizes mothers who attend parties, leaving the children with servants for a long period of time. They do not take care of anything except themselves. They also treat their children like idols or demigods and give them whatever they desire. All this behavior of women is as a result of poor education. In the final section, Mary Wollstonecraft says that most of the women's faults are a natural consequence of their education and station in society. If women could share the fundamental rights and freedom with men, they would become virtuous and progress towards perfection. Women need more knowledge and training in rational, critical thinking to become a good citizen in the society. Women should be given better education and equal place in society. Till then, she asks men to excuse the ignorance of the women as they are denied of the rights of reason. Here are a few references for further study. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. Thank you.